and welcome to the latest episode of the Give My Head podcast. I'm Tim McGarry, joined by my comedy colleagues
Michael McDowell
and Damon Quinn.
Yes, this is the podcast, ladies and gentlemen, where we talk about all things politics and comedy and art and culture in Northern Ireland. What have we got to plug, ladies and gentlemen? We have to plug the fact that you can watch old episodes of Give My Head Piece online now. There's about 30 episodes on the BBC iPlayer. We are currently in the middle of our series of A Perforated Ulster on BBC Radio Ulster at 1:30 on a Saturday and on BBC Sounds. And don't forget our fantastic history show, The Long and the Short of It. Me and Dr. David June with the Orange Order arguing about Irish history. It's 4 episodes are currently on. Maybe more episodes up on. There's at least 4 episodes up online. That's The Long and the Short of It. Give My Head Piece and Perforated Ulster. So follow all of that. You know the score, ladies and gentlemen, by now. If you're a regular, thank you very much for your support. We talk to all sorts of people. We talk to politicians. We talk to actors. We talk to writers. We talk to comedians. We are delighted to have with us, ladies and gentlemen, a very special guest and a friend of the Hole in the Wall gang and a woman who has been on Give My Head Piece. But that's not her only claim to fame. We're delighted to welcome Bernadette Brown. Bernadette, you're very, very welcome. Thank you. Welcome. Well, how are you, Bernadette?
I'm
are you
good.
well?
Yes.
You've never done a podcast before, are you?
I've never done a podcast
You're
before.
crapping yourself. It's all right. Relax. It's just a nice informal chat. It's okay.
I know.
And the first thing we need to ask you, I didn't know, I saw this online. You were pointing to a photograph of yourself advertising Cookstown sausages.
Denny sausages.
Denny's.
That's okay. You can get me confused with
Geordie
George
Best.
That's fine.
Denny sausages.
Denny
Sponsorship
sausages.
from Denny going to
No, we are available for sponsorship. Any meat products that like to sponsor this podcast, we are available. And you don't get any free sausages.
No free sausages.
You know-
I know. And I've been telling everybody, I've been saying to my friends and family, now listen, I'm the face of Denny sausages. You cannot be seen buying any other sausages in the shops and stuff. And they're like, really? And I'm like, yeah.
Did you literally say, I am the face of Denny sausages?
Literally, when Damon
I
rang
am
me.
the face of Denny sausages. What about their bacon? Is it gay?
I like the sausages. No, when Damon rang me, he was like, what are you up to? And I was like, I'm a face of Denny sausages. Not even, like, but you're... when am I ever going to get to say that?
No, that's true.
So you're on posters and things
I'm on
around
posters,
up
yes.
is there ads and
Yes,
things?
there's ads, yeah.
Is there ads on TV and stuff?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And you're not doing the Geordie Best. Have you got a sausage in your hand and you're waving it about, or what are you?
Don't know. I'm actually eating pasta, sausage pasta, but my
Sausage
daughter...
pasta?
Yeah. It was a sausage pasta bake, and when we started filming, the hero plate is the main plate in the advertisement, and that was the daughter's plate, and she had mash and sausages and stuff. So when we started recording, I was like, well, I'm going to eat as well because, you know, we're in an ad. And I started eating the lettuce or the spinach from the thing, and then I went, this is a sausage ad. Then I started to have to eat the sausages, which wasn't... It's not great having to eat cold sausages.
Oh, you cold sausages?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
You'd eat cold sausages?
You eat the cold sausages, yeah.
Oh, no, I don't do cold sausages.
Yeah.
No.
And then we had like spit cups and stuff.
Oh, right. Yes. Oh,
Where you
right.
spit everything out
Oh,
after the take, after they cut.
This is
How many takes?
Oh, it was so many. And then I halfway through,
This is
I was like,
advertising agents. They're not interested in you. It's more about the sausages.
It's all about the sausages, and
How's
they
the sausage
looked
performing?
amazing. Like they looked like I remember looking at the plate going, "Oh my goodness, this is amazing!" Like they were just so like succulent and stuff. But no, not after like 10 takes.
Right.
And then I was like, "Why? Nobody asked me to eat." Like they didn't ask me to eat. The daughter was eating. I was like, why did I have to start eating? I was like, it's my own fault. So, but the worst thing was the spit cups.
Right.
oh Lord.
Yeah.
So you had to see you go, and then,
Spit it into a cup.
see, that's the life of an actor.
It's the
isn't
life
it?
of an actor. You think it's glamorous? It's not
It's
at all.
not glamorous. Well,
No.
some of it's glamorous.
Some
you
of
were
it's
in Give My
glamorous.
Head Piece. How more glamorous?
Listen.
Well, yeah, you were Give My Head Piece, and you played Carl's girlfriend. I mean, I was punching there, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, I will not say anything about that. But give
I
my...
cost you in that, did I?
Funny enough, yeah.
Picture myself. Yeah.
You know, I still remember when you rang me. It was a Saturday, and I was driving, and the phone call came in, and I was like, this is the highlight of my career. Like, honestly, no joke, the highlight of my career. being on Give My Headpiece.
Oh, well, thank you very much. Well,
Yeah.
you played his girl. You were
Sandra, the
Sandra,
girlfriend.
from who was a member of the traditional Unionist
Unionist,
Voice.
That's
yes.
it.
TUV, you were Jim Allister.
Yeah,
Yes.
Jim Allister's mate.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Did you, was that COVID? So you didn't get the studio, did you?
Oh no, you did one studio.
I
you
did one studio.
location.
Yeah.
That's right.
Did you get a
Yes.
studio with an audience? With a
No.
No.
I didn't get a
That was
studio with an
flipping
audience.
COVID, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah.
sorry,
I know.
it's no harm. It's
I'm
better
sure.
crack with the audience.
I know. I came the following year to watch us in the audience,
Right.
and it was surreal.
Yeah.
See, I used to watch Give My Headpiece with my mummy and daddy when I was a teenager.
Right.
Say we'll not
Just
give
be
away
very
ages.
careful.
I know.
Be careful, Bernadette.
Just a youngster will not go into ages.
You were always a fan.
Always a fan. So obviously for them they passed away when I was young. So I knew that being on Give My Headpiece that they would have known would have been just unbelievable.
Oh, right.
So it was such a special moment, and yeah.
Oh. Well,
Your mum and
you can
dad.
see.
Yeah.
I think your episode is available
It is
online.
actually.
It is,
Does
that's
right.
anybody remember?
Two episodes.
don't.
I'm in two episodes now,
episodes.
don't
What was
forget.
the other episode?
The graduate one.
The
We
gra-
did the graduate scene where Carl's trying to
yeah.
stop the wedding. And he's rushing to stop
Now,
the wedding.
I'm just waiting on the real wedding to happen.
Yeah.
I don't know who I need to speak about that.
Well, there's a Christmas special this year. It
Right.
hasn't been written yet.
Right, well, we're
So
just
Bernadette,
saying now
play
we
your
can
cards right.
negotiate, you
Well,
know.
we did escape together in a bus.
We did, so and
there
we
is
went
a-
to Ballymena.
We did.
And
So
you left it open now. I like the way you left it
Oh,
open.
yeah.
Yep.
Carl came back because he didn't like Ballymena.
That's right.
That-
But who's to
right.
say? I
No.
can't move. I can't move into Divis.
Exactly.
This is terrible. I can't remember that episode. Is that the one with?
Well, I mean, you can't remember the episode. I just can't remember the name of it. That's a different thing.
This was different from the girlfriend one.
No, this is the same.
Oh, right.
No,
right.
there's two episodes.
Oh, yes.
There's one where Carl has the girlfriend, who's
Right.
Yeah.
Sandra, and then the other one is where Sandra's getting married.
Married to somebody else.
Yes.
I went to stop the wedding.
And he
Stop
does his
the wedding.
Dustin Hoffman. We did the whole graduate thing.
That's-
And they escaped together on the bus.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you remember at night?
I do remember. How many episodes did we go?
don't know.
Tim, did you write that one?
That's another.
I was there when we wrote it. Yeah. So, how did you get into acting? You're a Westie again, are you?
No, I'm North.
Oh, thank God.
I'm from the barracks.
Oh, are you from
wow.
the barracks?
I'm from the barracks,
Oh,
yes.
wow.
New
I
Lodge.
did not know that.
Yep.
You see, we've had too many Westies in this
Too
room.
many
I just
Westies.
assumed-
You need to get the Northies in.
Oh, congratulations. I knew there was something I liked about you.
Yeah.
That's-
I know we connected.
We're a very talented part
Yeah.
of the city, aren't we?
Do you say you're from the Antrim Road?
100%, yeah.
Well, I say I'm from North Queen Street, but really I'm
New
in the
Lodge.
heart of the New Lodge, yes.
But, and the actual New Lodge, are you?
Just Victoria Parade I grew up in, so just outside of the New Lodge.
Right, okay.
So there was no drama when I was growing up.
Nothing?
No. I always knew that I kind of wanted to do it, but I was the daughter of an undertaker, so
Is that right?
wasn't
Your dad,
real
an
much
undertaker?
showbiz going on in our family.
No.
Do you know what I mean?
Well, there's a bit of showbiz in a
Showbiz.
funeral. You know, there's a bit of...
You know, being a daughter of an undertaker wasn't that much
How did that work
jazz
with
hands.
boys? How did that work with boys? Like?
Well, my memories are like I used to take the phone calls as well
Right.
because it was a family-run business.
Right.
So I would be taking the phone calls off like the
Bereaved
deaths.
relatives.
Yeah, and like people would come to the door at all hours of the morning. And depending on, if my daddy was out on a job or whatever, like we would bring them in and take all the details and stuff.
Right.
So yeah, I got a bit of stick for it in school as well.
Did you? And
Yeah.
did you do some work with him? Did you do
Well,
the funerals
no,
and stuff?
like I
and-
remember he always used to ask me to get him like makeup and stuff in the town, and I don't know if people knew this here. So we in our terraced house we had like what you called a bin house. It was
Right.
like a wee door at the front of the house, and I got some stick at school. They were like, "Oh, is that where you put the dead bodies?" And do you do the makeup and do you do the hair and all? And I remember it affected me for a small period of time. I was going like, I'm a daughter of an undertaker. I should be getting more stick than this, but that was kind of really
Right.
it. They
You
were
didn't
just
keep the
like,
bodies in the house.
No.
No, you didn't.
No, we didn't keep the bodies in the house. No,
Weirdos want to go in.
Didn't get it. No, actually, no,
No.
no.
Well, see,
So-
Undertaker's a good... You should have stuck with the Undertaker.
I
They're
know.
never out of work, an Undertaker.
Never, I know exactly. So, yeah, so there was no showbiz, as you can imagine,
Yeah.
in our house. But
Do you
I
know Ali
always
Ford? Sorry to interrupt.
Yes.
Ali Ford, Dipping It from Give My Headpiece.
Yeah.
Does funerals and weddings. She's a humanist celebrant.
Wow.
And does funerals and stuff. And people go, It's Dimna to give my headpiece. What's she doing our funeral? I just got brilliant story.
She said that she was. There was one of them wanted her to do a wedding dressed as Dimna. I made up as Dimna.
No way.
As Dimna. She could have charged double.
Yeah, I put me in as well. I could have been the Peter. Could have been there.
Here. We should maybe start softening up.
Well, there's a thought.
There's a thought.
A wee business.
You're always plugging, Damon.
An undertaker business?
No, just like doing weddings and all.
Oh, right, okay.
My favourite funeral story was the ex-RUC bagpiper. Did you hear that story? A few years ago.
Yeah.
It's a bagpiper for the RUC and kind of retired and did funerals and stuff and got this gig to do a funeral in Falls Road. Turned up, didn't know what it was, turned up and with her bagpipes and stuff, big crowd outside, and went, all right, there's a big crowd here. Who is this person? Turns out it was a senior paramilitary. There was a tricolour and there were guys in berets and dark glasses and stuff, and she had to pipe them down the Falls Road. And I think it ended up on the telly and people were going, that's Sandra from the RUC, ex-RUC. So you didn't have any of that? You didn't get involved in the business at all? That was your dad's business?
No, yes. So my daddy
sorry,
and
you
his
said
brother,
did they pass away?
He passed away, yes. So my mummy passed away when I was 17, my daddy when I was 21.
Oh, wow.
So I didn't get to go to drama school in London. I wanted to do all that there. But unfortunately I didn't get, but sure, that's okay. You know,
We didn't need it.
We all have our roads, yeah, but I was painfully shy as a child.
Right.
Like, if my mum used to send me to the shop, I would have been scundered.
Have you brothers and sisters?
Yeah.
Right.
But I always had something, like, in me that, you know, wanted. So then I started to, like, do shows for my family and my friends, like, put apples down my top and, you know, like, do a show. And I remember walking...
Whoa, put apples down your top and do a show.
Like, do a show, like, no, sing a song.
Right.
Yeah.
What were the apples
So random.
doing?
They would just make me look
use
as
your
if I had...
imagination,
Tim, come on.
What size of apples did you have?
That's getting a
Well,
bit pervy.
Sorry, whoa, I take that back.
I was-
Stop that.
I was very slight, so, I mean, I couldn't have put
Right,
anything
okay,
bigger
sorry,
than
right,
apples.
you were younger than, okay, sorry, excise that.
Forget about the apples.
Starting
Yeah.
Forget about the apples. So, yeah, and then actually, obviously we were very religious, so we used to go to mass every week in St Patrick's, and in the bulletin there was a call out for community theatre. They were doing a play called Rebellion, and Paddy McCooey was doing it, and it was a part of Doc Ward theatre, and that was the North kind of community theatre
Was that
group.
Martin Lynch or something?
Yeah. So
What age were you
Paddy
then?
lived next door to me. I was 14.
Right, okay.
So, and I seen it and I went, Mummy, look at this. And she was like, go on, rap the door. And I went out and rapped the door, and who answered? Paddy.
Right.
And I just went, can I be in your thingy, in this thingy? And he was like, yeah, come on along Wednesday night.
Oh.
And that was it.
That's how it started.
That's how it started.
But I think you've told me before, but you always wanted to be an actor.
Always, yeah.
Always. You're never going to be
always.
anything else. Like.
Never going to be anything
Where did you
else.
get that from? You did
I
nothing
don't
in the
know,
family?
nothing in
Were you
the
a big
family.
fan of films or TV
No,
or
not
drama or
even,
theatre?
not even. It was just like this urge, or there was just something within me that, and I couldn't express. I never did drama at school. As I say, I was just so shy.
Right.
Like, you know, I was quiet and shy at school. Like, there was no drama at school or anything.
What school did you go to?
Little Flower.
No, well.
I know. And like when I was leaving Little Flower, one of my teachers was like, well, what are you going to do? And I was like, well, I'm going to Biffy to do performing arts. And she was like, please don't. Please just go and be a nurse, or, you know, go and do something. And I was like, get a proper job.
That's encouraging.
I know. And I was like, no, I can't. And then with my mummy, Dan, I was just like, you know what, life's far too short.
Yeah.
Flip this.
Very good.
Do you know, I was like, I'm doing it. And then I did the performing arts course at Biffy. And then I went on and did my degree at Queen's. And my daddy, he paid for all my fees and stuff. But unfortunately, he passed away a couple of weeks before my final show.
Oh, God.
So it was kind of like, what do? Do you go back or do you stay? And I was like, flip it. I just stayed and did it.
Wow. That must have been very traumatic. Both your parents died when you were...
17 and 21.
They were obviously quite young.
Yeah, they were. My mummy was only 53 when she
right.
passed away. I know.
That's awful.
I know.
Ugh. So that must have been very traumatic then.
It was, but I think it kind of gave me the push to go, do you know what? Life is really, really short. Just go and grab it. Like, and I just did. Now, you know, I'm acting professionally for 20 years, you know, It's a long time.
It's a tough old business, you know. I mean,
mental.
we've a lot of actors who come through here and stuff, and success. Some of them are various things to success, but it's a tough.
Do you know? I think what I haven't had to do it myself, but obviously had to look at audition. But the way they do it now, the way they do the auditions is terrible. Because you have to basically do your own audition.
Yeah.
You have to learn the script because if you're reading it, you've no chance. Right? You've got to learn the whole script. You've got to give your best performance. You have to get your mates to do it with you. Get Fiji your lines, and you do it like, and you send it out, and most of the time you don't hear back. You don't even hear if you haven't got the part.
Yeah, it's just
it's
just cutthroat.
Whereas in the old days, at least you could get into the audition room.
And
you could try and make some sort of connection. You could read the room. You could sort of pick up maybe what they were looking for, try and do it differently,
But what I like now, with the whole COVID thing, is the whole thing about self-tapes now. Now there's a whole rigmarole over self-tapes. Some people love them, some people hate them, and I know what you mean, going into a room. But I actually love self-tapes.
Right.
Yeah, because it gives me the opportunity to nail it and then send it. And then if they like what they see, then I can go into the room.
Would you do loads of different takes
yes,
and go, right,
loads of different takes, and then like...
And does somebody film it with you or somebody read
my
with
husband,
you?
Rob,
Right.
he films it with me. Well, he's in the business as well.
Right.
He does sound.
All right.
So that's how we actually met. He was putting a radio mic on me.
All right, that's how you met.
That's how we met, Wow. As some little girl was sitting on my knee and she wet herself. In the scene, she
right.
she didn't obviously mean to wet herself. She was only like 2 or 3 or something, but yes, very romantic.
Child
Putting my mic on, child
he's-
peeing on my knee. He's putting a
going,
radio mic on.
"Hello."
He's trying to go. Well, what's happening?
Right.
So
What was that for?
it was for cold case. One of those Sterling
Oh, right.
Maru thingies that they did many years ago. Murder thingies. Yeah.
And do you think that maybe you've got more work out of self-taping?
Yeah,
And
I definitely think
you
so.
think it's helped you in your
definitely
career?
helped me, yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Like when I got the self-tape in for Dry Your Eyes, I was out in 2021.
Yeah.
Like I went, this is my opportunity to show these boys who need to look at me, you three. I'm only joking.
Yeah.
And I give that my... I know
Yes.
we had a couple of weeks to do it, and I
You
was
did a
like,
brilliant
I
job,
give
because we looked at an
my
awful lot of tapes.
everything. I know.
You did look at, and I said, you want to see Bernadette's tape? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there it
Yeah.
was.
And we did answer, but no, unlike most companies, we did reply to
Yeah.
every
Yes,
other thing.
yes.
Because I think that's only a courtesy.
No, it is, because it's hard.
no.
Like, I know people think, oh, you've been in this, you've been in that. You're still having to audition. You're still having to put yourself out there.
Yeah.
And it's really tough.
It's funny how you're saying you like it, because I was reading that, Mad Men, January Jones, who played Dawn Draper's wife, she's given up acting because she says she's not doing self-tapes anymore.
Right, okay.
She hates doing self-tapes.
Yeah.
And she's the established
Yeah.
actress in Mad Men.
Yeah.
But they're still getting her to do
They're still getting,
the tape for her, and she says she's not doing it.
But she can afford to, like.
I know she can afford to.
Probably, yeah.
I actually love taping. I know it's really strange, but I love it. When I'm taping, you feel as if you're working as well, because it's really hard for a casting director to want to see you.
Yeah.
You've won whenever they go, right, we'll see Bernadette for this part, or we'll see, we'll see such and such for this part. Because it's so, like...
What
so
I enjoy
much.
about our job is we've got a lot of variety. So we do Give My Head Piece, we do the stage show, we do radio show, sketch show, we do the history show and stuff like that. With being an actor, there's a whole lot of... You don't know what you're doing. I mean,
No.
you do comedy brilliantly,
Yeah.
but you could be doing comedy, you could be Cal's girlfriend 1 minute,
Yeah.
and then you could be the nasty woman who's taking Jean McConville away and say nothing.
I know.
What do you like best? Is there anything
Do you know what? See, when I got the part in Dry Your Eyes, I turned to my husband and I went, I'm not funny. Like, I'm not
After
funny.
you got the part?
After I got the part,
Thanks for that. Good point.
I was like, oh no, I'm not funny. Like, when are they going to catch on that I'm not like a comedian or whatever? But it's about playing it real. It's about, that's the comedy gold. That's the, being it real, not playing for the laughs. And then that's when I was like, oh,
I think that's what I
comedy
liked
is.
about your tape for the,
Yes.
the wee woman in the
checkout.
In the checkout.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because
yes.
you played it straight.
Yeah.
But that made it even funnier.
Yes. So
You know-
that's when I realised, I was like, oh, right, okay, maybe I can do this, because I had done a lot of comedy in the past, but then because yous are so iconic, I was like, how am I going to be on a show? I can't match you guys, you know. And then I was like, but I'm not funny. But then it's about, you know, playing
all
it
in the
straight.
performance.
It's all in the performance.
But I really enjoyed Say Nothing. It kind of it kind of brought back a lot of bittersweet
Not a
sort
lot
of
of
memories of the,
laughs.
of the 80s,
Yeah.
like, you know,
Yeah.
and it being a Westie as well, of course,
Yeah,
it's set in the
I
West
know.
and all of that, you know, so it kind of was almost like travelling back in time
I know.
with some of it, you know.
Was it was really,
but,
really
Do you
good.
think Jerry was in the row then? Or did you
No comment.
Well, Walt Disney thinks he was. So yeah, for those who don't know, I mean, obviously Say Nothing, massive hit. Was it Netflix, wasn't it?
Disney.
No,
Disney Plus.
Just said Disney. Sorry, my brain isn't working. Great series. You played the part of the woman who was a neighbour of Jean McConville who was disappeared, and you were the nasty bitch.
I was nasty.
You basically touted on her.
Yeah.
Was that kind of was that traumatic? I mean,
It was, yeah.
I mean, it was quite a heavy piece.
It was heavy. I remember standing and we were doing the scene with the McConville kids, and I had to dig deep. I was like, this is just awful.
Yeah.
You know, like it was just.
Well, we did Pop Goes Northern Ireland, which was the archive, and we got the archive out from 71. And they did something then back then that they wouldn't be allowed to do now. I mean, the rules have changed. Like,
Yeah.
they went in and they interviewed the kids.
Yeah.
When their mummy had
I seen that. Yeah.
And it's heartbreaking.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
Because I mean, you can see all the younger ones. They're completely bewildered. They don't know what to do. Their mummy's gone.
Yeah.
And they're cuddling and grabbing onto the older kids.
The older kids, I know.
And the older kids
I know.
are trying to comfort them, and also trying to do an interview to like a journalist,
I know.
like,
I've seen
and they're
that.
not even adults, like,
No.
and they're having to talk about their mummy disappearing. I mean, it's still an awful thing.
Oh, it's genuinely
it's an awful
harrowing.
watch.
Awful. But where was that filmed? But that was it.
London.
None of Divis left, is there?
No, well, it was. There's flats in Sheffield.
Right.
That
looks like
that
right.
look just exactly like them. But they built Divis as well in the studios in London.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, I remember being on set the first day and going, "There's smoke coming out of that chimney." Like,
Oh, wow.
what? I was like pinching myself, going, like you're
This is
on,
a-
you're
it
on
was
a
a-
Disney set. Like
It was a
you're-
big production. I mean,
Massive
it was
production.
mega, millions, wasn't it? Was it spent on?
massive
And was the
production.
location catering better than the home to wall game?
Well, Pizza Express. We
comment.
take it to Pizza Express.
No, you take us to that lovely restaurant in the jail.
We did.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
yes, in
that's-
Crumlin Road Jail.
Yeah,
Cuffs and Crumlin Road
cuffs
Jail.
and that's amazing food.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, they want to sponsor us, Cuffs and Crumlin Road Jail.
Cuffs, yes, I would love.
They do very good food.
I
yeah.
wouldn't mind a lunch, Cuffs.
It was a big production. How long were you on it
Massive.
for then? I mean,
It was like
you-
8 months or something, back
What?
and forward to London, 8 months.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. I couldn't like.
But you were doing it during the
I
in
was
between
doing
the
it-
time you were working for
yes,
us.
I was.
On the
I
last
was doing
episode, you were
yeah.
giving headpiece. Remember you telling me all about it?
Yeah, because I wasn't allowed to cut my hair or like do your eyebrows or like girly stuff like
Yeah.
that because it was in the 70s and stuff like that. So had to go cold turkey on all my beauty things
Yeah.
for about 8 months.
Well, see, there's the
Your
variety.
kids
you know.
didn't recognise you.
Kids didn't recognise
Is
me.
that right? Your own kids? Do your own kids?
No, they don't care. They all they care about is give my headpiece.
Oh, you've raised them very well, Bernadette.
care
You
about
have
is
raised
give
those
my
children. You should be
headpiece.
proud of yourself.
So
Yes.
when I found out I was coming on the podcast, I went and was like listening to your other your other guests that you had on, and Bobby's over my shoulder going, "I know him. I've met him. That's Cal." And I'm like,
your
"Yes,
wee lad?"
Bobby. Yeah." So if I
What
go,
age is
"What do you
Bobby?
want to watch?" He's 10.
He's 10. See, we're breathing the new generation of
The new
fans.
generation loves it. He'd be like, "Want to watch Give My Headpiece?" And I'm like, "Right, what episode?" No, thinking he might say, "Well, obviously the one you're in."
No. Oh, no.
No, anyone. He's like, anyone.
Good on him. So Say Nothing it's a mega hit.
is.
But is that the biggest thing you've done?
It would be, yes, the biggest thing I've done.
But you do theatre, you do everything. I mean, kind of
Well,
everything from sausage ads to.
It's sausage
you've
ads.
just completed a film, haven't you?
I have just completed
the
a
Northern
film,
Bank
yes.
on the Northern Bank job.
No
was it?
Ordinary Heist,
No
it'll be
Ordinary
out,
Heist,
yeah.
yeah. What's it like?
It was good, yes. I can't really say too much about that because it's not released yet, but
Right.
it's going to be a good one. Eddie Marston's in it.
Aye. Yes.
Yeah.
This is about the Northern Bank
The
robbery.
Northern Bank robbery, yeah.
Paddy Jenkins is in it too.
Paddy Jenkins, yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Foster Begbie. Is in it.
Northern
Not
Bank
Foster
robbery.
Foster Begbie. Only
Okay.
Foster Begbie. Yeah.
Yes. And another film I'm doing, The Outsider. It's an adaptation of a novel. So we've done the first block, so we're going to be doing the second block in the summer. And all good.
Wow.
Fingers
The
crossed.
Outsider. What's it about?
It's about the novel. Oh God.
Right.
The one?
The
The
novel,
Outsider.
The Outsider by
By
the French.
Albert Camus?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
L'étranger, I think
Yes,
I found.
thank
Oh,
you.
well, mother died today, or at least,
Yes.
or maybe it was yesterday. I don't know. The letter didn't say.
Yes,
You're doing
that's it.
L'étranger.
I am.
Yes,
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you, Tim. to do the
L'étranger.
rest.
L'étranger. We read it.
Albert
Helen-
Camus.
When we were students, every pretentious student had a copy
Did
of
they?
L'étranger in their pocket
Oh, yeah.
because
So-
of the existentials. Albert Camus, good
Yes.
footballer as well.
Helen Rollins, who's directing it, has adapted it to Belfast.
Right,
Oh,
L'étranger
right.
in Belfast. Right.
Yeah.
So I play his
Who does he shoot on a
girlfriend.
beach in Belfast?
Well, we are.
Yeah.
We have to film that.
Is that right?
Film that in the summer. I think we're going up North Coast,
Right.
And you're the girlfriend.
and I'm the
Are
girlfriend.
you the
yeah.
girlfriend of
Yeah.
what's his name?
Mersel?
Mersel.
Yeah.
I'm not really a L'étranger.
Oh,
guy.
really?
I'm more Le Chute. You know,
Le
like,
Chute, Le
I
Faux.
preferred Le Chute. Yeah. Really, you know, to me, that was
Or La Peste.
La
yeah,
Peste,
the plague.
La Peste, of course. Yeah.
Oh wow! No, I really look forward to it.
Yeah.
They've moved L'étranger to Belfast.
Yes,
Whose idea was that?
I know. It is actually
Existentialism.
quite good.
Yeah. Have you read it?
I've read it.
The
Yes.
book. It's not. It's only a wee thin thing.
It is a wee thin thing, yeah, and I've read the adaptation of it as well.
Right.
Obviously,
I can't
the
remember,
screen version.
I can't remember the guy's name, but there's actually a guy, an Algerian,
Yeah.
who's written it from the other perspective,
Right.
which is really, really good. I can't remember the name of the book, but he's actually written as he's the Arab that gets shot on the beach. And it's
Right.
kind of like, well, hang on, what about my
Yes.
life?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's when he read the book, he went, well, he sort of just gets shot.
This is
and
the
that's it."
Cure song, isn't it? Killing an Arab.
That's
It's based
right,
on
that's
right.
L'étranger.
That's right.
Who's he going to shoot in Belfast? Oh, I shouldn't go into that.
We'll see it.
Not really. No.
Let's not follow that. Yeah.
No, I look forward to that. That's
Yeah.
class. You see, that's brilliant variety, isn't it? And that's to be a professional actor. I mean, do you have periods where you go, I don't fucking work. I've
Yeah.
nothing coming in, and then
Yeah,
go,
it's
I'm going to
crazy.
feed the kids.
It
and,
is
you know.
absolutely-
Way back in the
Crazy.
day, like when we started with Give Me Headpiece, we were practically the only show in town.
I know.
It was either that or you were in the lyric.
I know.
You know, there was nobody making anything now, but here, where three people are gathered in the street, their production company, and they're making a show.
It's unreal. And what's good about it now is there's so much out there, and Belfast is becoming so, we're coming into our own as well,
Yeah.
Which is
Yeah.
great.
We're a centre of excellence.
We're a
aren't we?
centre of excellence.
Cultural cringe is gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, so I would say Give My Headpiece would be up there. Obviously, Say Nothing, but Give My Headpiece. And then it was on Pamela. It was on the Pamela show.
Yes,
It
saw
was
that.
on the Pamela show.
Yes, indeed.
I didn't see that. What was Pamela?
Pamela Ballantyne.
Oh, sorry, Pamela Ballantyne. Sorry.
Yeah.
No, I thought this was a serious drama that I'd missed.
Yeah, no.
You were on Pamela
So
Ballantyne's
yes, we
sofa.
were talking. Yes.
Oh, you have
on
made
her
it.
Christmas special.
On
her Christmas special.
Yes, you have made it. Yeah.
And I was sitting, and she was like, "So, what's your biggest achievement?" And I was like, "Well, obviously, say nothing, Give My Headpiece." And then I went, "Actually, and this, and this." Pamela." I was like, "And this."
Yes.
So,
Pammy was on this podcast.
I
we
know,
love
I
Pammy
know.
to bits. I do a lot of after dinners and stuff. She's brilliant.
Pamela probably thinks I am a balloon.
Right. Well,
So we're sitting and we're doing the filming, and I had these like socks on, these sparkly socks, and she was like, "Your socks are lovely," and I was like, "Yeah, they're lovely." I goes up the stairs to get changed. I went, I'm giving her these. I'm giving her these socks. So I took them off and
Off your
put them
smelly
back
feet?
off my smelly feet. Now, in fairness, I had only wore them down the stairs to sit in the chair
Alright, okay.
and then back up again.
Alright,
so it
okay.
wasn't really.
okay.
Took them off, put them back in the packaging, and given them to producer and said, "Give them to Pamela." I actually can't remember if I give them to her myself or if I give them to the producer. But I got home and I said to my husband, "Oh, give Pamela my socks." And he was like, "Bernie, what have you done?" I was like, "What?" I I was like, I don't know, what's wrong with that? He was like, you took your socks off and gave them to her. She's going to think you're crazy. And I was like, oh,
it's slightly crazy, Bernadette.
I'm just going to get my socks out here.
Did she thank you?
She did, yeah.
Oh, she did?
They were sparkly. They had
Right.
like diamantes hanging from them.
Oh, right.
They weren't just your
Right.
normal, like,
Tim wears them all the time.
sparkly like socks.
Well, so she appreciated it then.
she appreciated it, but yeah, I did get some stick.
Right.
Yeah. I'm just checking your stuff.
Just
No.
checking. No, they're just a wee
they're
night
normal.
pair. You mean
Right.
they would suit your outfit, like, but
So you live in Belfast. You go anywhere for work. You don't have to go to London these days, like a lot of actors had to do in the past to go to get work. You don't have to do that
no,
anymore.
you don't really
like
have to
Dublin
do
or
that
anything.
anymore. No, I would do a lot of work in Dublin.
Would you?
Yeah, that's where the Denny stuff was in
Right.
Dublin.
Well,
yeah.
that's the thing for a lot of actors here, because once they got married and started to have their kids,
Yes.
they couldn't. Because I mean, if you didn't go to England, you weren't. Going,
Yeah,
You weren't
exactly.
going to get anywhere. Like,
I know.
I remember like BJ Ho, God rest him, telling me that that
Yeah.
really once his kids came along, he was kind of
He's
he
stuck
was,
here.
he was here.
Yeah,
That was
you're
it.
here.
Unless
Yeah,
we're going to
yeah.
England, like
Yeah.
I know.
uproot the whole family
Yeah.
and move. Was kind of the problem. But it's nowadays it's
No, it's
you can
great.
have your family and your career.
Have your family and your career, I know. And then if you do have to go, it's only for a short period of time. Do you know, it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're away to do a shoot. Or
Yeah,
whatever.
but now, just for anybody listening, I will uproot my family and we will go wherever.
If the part is
We
right.
will, if the part is
If
right.
Spielberg calls your away.
Listen, not even Spielberg, anybody, we will
You will go,
happily get
yeah.
up and go.
Well, that's
So-
very good of you. No, your career is important. What
Yeah.
age are you now? Sorry,
I am 42.
Oh, you see, you've plenty of time.
Plenty of time.
You've got the big breaks, the
Aye.
bigger breaks are coming.
That's it.
Yeah.
Well, here, I mean, I sent you a picture. Did I send you a picture of the coasters I got made of us on Give My Headpiece?
Yes.
So,
Aye. You
Yes.
said I could do the merchandise.
oh, you done the merch?
Aye.
Oh, yes, the Give Me Head bit. That's where we're going wrong.
That's where you are going wrong.
Yeah.
You need a stall in the town with all the flipping, all your mugs on, the cups.
We are planning to do a live podcast in October in the Mandela Hall in October, so we should get a merch stall.
You
can be
should, honestly.
down at the back with your
I
Give
will
Me
totally
Headpiece
be
t-shirts. Your Give
Listen.
Me Headpiece coasters.
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 Coasters. I have one in my bag. I'll show you it at the end. I brought it for show and tell.
Absolutely. No, we need to do that. Yeah.
Please do, honestly.
What is our podcast? Yeah, when are we doing the live podcast?
Sunday the 12th of October.
Sunday the 12th of October. We will
Yeah.
definitely set that up. Yeah.
You're missing a trick, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Even at your live shows,
Yes.
people love a mug. People love to buy a mug.
Love a mug or a t-shirt
Or
or
a
something.
t-shirt or a coaster or
Anything with Uncle Andy
Anything.
on it. Anything with Uncle Andy and No
anything.
Surrender on it. Yeah.
Here, and when you write the wedding scene in this year,
That's,
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. We could have
we
a
could
big
have a wee
scene.
wedding.
Sounds like a
Yeah,
plan.
that sounds like a
What is happening in Belfast that there's so many really good actors now? That's the thing that people said about Say Nothing was the two guys who played Jerry Adams were very good, but they were English. But there were an awful lot of the accents were really good this
Yeah.
time. There was nobody got for fuck's sake,
I
he's
know.
going to do a Belfast
I know.
accent, so he is. And
I think the casting was perfect.
the casting was really.
I think it
And
was.
did you get to meet Maxine?
No, I didn't get to meet Maxine. I wasn't in any of the scenes with her, but
I was wondering,
she
did she-
contacted me on Instagram,
Yeah.
and I remember going, Maxine Peake knows who I
She's
am,
brilliant.
and she was like, you were amazing, blah blah blah, and I was like,
Oh, really?
yeah,
That's all right, isn't it?
unbelievable. That was all
'Cause
right.
that's the funny thing, because people assume if you're in a film that you've met everybody else
Yeah,
who's in the film, but you're
no.
only in your scenes.
Only in your scenes, yeah.
And if they're not in your
couldn't-
scenes,
Yeah.
chances are you're not going to meet them.
Exactly, and
Yeah.
I couldn't get to the rap party because I was working on something else. So
Ah,
I know.
Yeah.
I bet you Disney threw a good rap party.
I'm
bet you
sure they did.
I want to say, yeah.
I was raging. I missed that.
Yeah. Wonder if Jerry was invited. Probably not.
No comment.
Say nothing.
Say nothing.
no,
Say
say
no.
no.
Here, say nothing to nobody.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Is there bits of acting that because we got Marty McCann, we've all sorts of people. We've Ian McElhenney, darling. We've Ian
Oh, I
McElhenney.
know.
And Ian we were in the Opera House recently doing our Give Me Headpiece show. Ian McElhenney does it. You know what Ian's like.
Mm-hmm.
He actually does the safety announcement for the Grand Opera House, right?
Right.
But it's not just the picture for mobile phones. Way he plays it like it's a fucking Shakespearean. He's like he's King Lear. It is the most grandest kind of. You're welcome to the Grand Opera.
Yeah.
It's absolutely superb. You know, it's a brilliant performance. But you think, you know, a lot of these actors, you know, from here, and they go, you know, is there work here for you? Is there enough here to keep you in a career? Are you going to be able to do this? Because you're at a certain level now. You're going to be able to do this for the rest of your life, aren't you? You're not going to be able to do anything else.
No.
Well, I spoke to a cinematographer in the Duke of York bar one night, and he was from California, and his house nearly burnt down during the California fire, but had saved it the last minute.
Yeah.
Fire turned the other way,
Yeah.
but he can't sell it. He can't insure it. He can't do anything. He says everybody's getting out of California, and he was actually saying, "I'm thinking of coming to Belfast to work. Is there enough work here for a cinematographer?" That's what it probably is. Yeah. He wants out of Hollywood to come here to get a living.
Is there any bit you hate about being an actor? Is there any bit you go, oh no, it drives me nuts? Paying your agent's fees.
No, actually, I have a very good agent, Shelley.
Right.
I would pay her millions if I could.
Is that right?
Yeah, she changed my life. Like,
really?
Yeah, definitely, Shelley Laurie. Yeah, the whole team's changed my life. But
Shelley, I think
Laurie,
Shelley represents James Martin.
She
as well,
does,
doesn't she?
yes.
James, we had
Yeah,
James on the show.
I can
James.
confirm that. I deal with Shelley
Yeah,
Yeah.
on a
yeah.
regular basis.
Shelley's
and
good then.
Shelley's amazing. Yeah.
Do you think, is she that good she could get me a part?
I think so, Tim.
Because I've only been in one part.
Let's not go over it
Let's
again.
not go it again.
Let's not go over it again, please.
The Belfast story is... Anyway, no,
Let's
let's
just bury
not...
it.
You need
But
to give her
I
a
think
shout.
if Shelley might be able to get me a part.
Tell your friend on Hope
100%.
Street, everybody. Hopefully they'll probably phone me up.
Listen, I've been in Hope Street, so...
Have you been in Hope Street?
Yes.
Right.
I've been in Hope Street.
So is there a
Here,
bit...
there's a new series coming out. It's starting in
Of
May.
Hope Street?
Of Hope Street.
Yeah, Polly Jenkins is in it.
Is Polly Jenkins in
Yes.
it? Yeah.
The fella who's behind it went to school with me, Paul Marquis.
Yes.
Paul Marquis went to the same school as me.
And
I think
you
born
still
the
haven't
same
been
day.
cast in it.
Same day, born the same day as me.
And you still haven't been
23rd of June.
cast.
Listen, Tim, shy boys don't get sweets.
You're right. I need to ring him up and go. I need a part.
You need to have a. You
A
need to
part in
just
Hope
go and
Street.
go.
I could do that. I
Give
could
us
be.
a
I
part.
could be a good peeler, couldn't I?
You could. Or a body.
Or a body.
Yeah.
You would play a good body.
Do you think I'd be a
Yeah.
good body? I'm too nice though.
Do you like playing body?
I love playing bodies.
Right.
Yeah.
Some actors do, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I used to play the bodies in the panto at the waterfront.
Oh, did you? Right. Yeah.
I've been everything. I've been Joe the Crow, Pat the Rat, Ugly Sister, Cinderella.
there, isn't it?
Lot of makeup. Yeah. Yeah, bodies are the best.
Yeah.
They have the
More
best
fun.
lines.
They've the-
Always the
yeah.
best lines.
Is there any bit you hate that you go, oh, I fucking hate this job? Is there a bit you go, yeah. What?
The rejections, probably.
Yeah.
You know, you get so used to them. Where now I do a tape and it's like, did I tape for that? I can't remember. Where in the past I would have been obsessing. I would have been
Oh,
like,
has it come in?
did I get it? Did I
Yeah,
get it? Or
yeah.
what's happening? Or what's happening?
Yeah.
Where now you're taping that
It's
much.
hard not to take that personally, isn't it?
Yeah,
And go,
you
this
can't.
is about me. You just go, you know what?
Exactly. And then when you see the person that's got the part, you go, they're perfect for that. You know,
Yeah.
you think you're the
Ah,
only
come
person.
on, there must be times you're going,
Well,
Really?
sometimes, but I go, oh, I could play that. But
Well, we were auditioning when we were doing when we did the first professional job we had Raiders was the show.
the show.
And you remember they were casting the show.
Yeah.
And BJ Hogg got the part because in his picture he had a bow tie. There's nothing to do with it.
yeah,
They went, oh yeah, he's wearing a bow tie. We'll get him.
yeah,
He looks like the guy we want. Oh,
yeah.
a
It's
bow
as
tie.
easy as that.
Yeah, because that was,
easy
you
as
know, in
that.
those days, you actually got physical photographs and you
Yeah.
went, oh, look, oh, him.
Him, yeah.
Yeah.
I know
A
I
bow
used to
tie.
show up at auditions back in the day with my headshot.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah, just carry my headshot about.
Did you,
My CV.
really?
Yeah.
Photographed? Ah, do you remember
Photographs.
It's all online now, isn't it?
All
Everything's-
online,
your
all
show reels
digitalised.
and all of that, yeah.
I used to, the first audition I had for Panto, I went with a Gato Blaster.
Really?
Sat it down and started playing music.
With a cassette?
Cassette. Probably was a CD.
Oh,
But
giving
sorry,
your age
Tim,
away there,
I'm
aren't
giving,
you?
you're giving your age away. It was probably a CD at the time.
Right.
But yeah. Yeah.
What about the standing around? That's the one thing I think is the most
And
tedious
people
thing.
don't really understand the
the
standing,
standing
around,
around
the waiting.
for your takes, all that standing around waiting to watch them get lit and all that kind of stuff. Is that a bit
Um,
boring?
No, not really, because Well, because I'll be going over my lines.
Oh, you're not like us then.
Very professional.
Going over your lines.
Yeah.
Very professional.
Yeah.
Over your lines
Like I'll
before
be
you go
going
in
over
front
my
of-
lines and, getting in.
Right.
Is that what you're supposed to do?
That's what you're supposed to do.
Okay.
This is the sort of thing that cracks Jim Cray up. You know,
Is it?
You know, I mean, he
Jim Cray's our cameraman, by the way.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Oh, I know Jim.
You know Jim.
I do know Jim.
Finest cameraman the BBC's ever
Yes.
produced.
There was an actor, I'll not name him because you know him, but he turned up anyway to do the part, and he had a bit. He had like about 3 or 4 lines to do.
Right.
You know, it was in front of in the centre of town, and he turns up, and I mean he's just arrived, like, and he's getting his cup of tea at the truck, and next thing Jim goes, "Get the guys down the lines here. We can get this done now because there's nobody
Perfect
here, and
light
it's all
now,
looking
yeah.
good. Get him over here and do it." And I goes, "Right, come on, over here and do this." And he goes, "Oh," you know, and he goes over, he gets in front of the camera, and he goes, "I haven't had a chance to learn this yet. Like, I've only arrived half an hour ago." And Jim's going, "What?" I turn up on the cameras and go, "I haven't set these up." You know? He goes, "What do you mean you haven't learned them?" You know, that was kind of, I mean, that's the sort of thing that kills Jim. Like, he doesn't
right.
understand why actors do that. You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Some actors can be a bit arsey too, can't they? A bit above themselves. I mean, I hate actors who go on about the craft.
Well.
You know, come on, it's 10 lines. Not bumping it. Pretend. It's pretend.
It's
And
pretend.
And why do you think you haven't been cast?
No, I'm not talking. Like, locally, we move to the actors, but some actors can get a bit above themselves and think they're a wee bit, more important.
Well,
than
my
they're-
husband, because he's in the crew, he always says, know the crew's name.
Yes.
Know the crew's name.
Yes.
And that's a thing that I always
Absolutely.
do. I'm all over the
Yeah.
crew. I'm like, how are you, remembering their names.
Always be
because
nice to
they
them.
are...
But they're working.
They're half of
they're
it.
making you
Like,
look
if
good and
without
sound
them, there's no show, do you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
So
No, he's absolutely right.
Yeah.
Good advice.
the crew is...
Essential.
The crew's essential. The
Although
crew
when we-
is the core.
It's funny in American shoots. There's people not allowed to talk to other people.
I know.
You know, if you're regarded as beneath him, you're not allowed
Yeah,
to talk
you're
to
not
him.
allowed to talk.
They're not allowed to talk to you. And,
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I back in the we once did a Give Me Headpiece in New York, and we second AD. We got into the hotel. Never been to New York before, so got into the hotel in New York. We went out, obviously, into New York to enjoy the Big Apple.
Exactly.
And this poor second AD.
I was learning my lines.
This was
in the room, but
this is the days before everybody was mobile phones, like, and there was a phone in the hotel room that I was staying in, and it was like this red light. I just kept flashing. This red light kept flashing on the. And I'd been there for like a day and maybe a day or two, like filming. I've been in filming and all. And this guy'd been there, and I was wondering, why is that red light flashing? And I turned on. It was the answer machine, and it was him, you know. And he goes, "Hi, this is Jeffrey, the second AD. I'm just letting you know that your call tomorrow is 7 o'clock in the morning. Can you please let me know that you're going to be there, because otherwise I'll have to call you every half hour." And then later, "Hi, this is Jeffrey." 3 o'clock. "Hi, this is Jeffrey. I really want to go to bed." But he wasn't allowed to come up and say to me,
No
"Would you
way.
mind just see that answer?" He wasn't. And I finally went up to him and I said, "Look, I'm really, really sorry. For 2 days, I didn't listen to that. And you've left all these messages and you've had to phone me every half an hour." And he went, "It's okay." Because he wasn't allowed to talk to me.
I know.
You know, but that was the way it was.
Yeah.
You know, and it was like the extras come in. They weren't allowed to talk to a speaking actor. You know, and they had to be put into. And this was union rules. Like, they'd be put into a separate room. They weren't allowed to be.
that's right. We talked to the crew and they're going, "Oh, right, the actors are talking."
Yeah,
to you."
I know.
Why so lads?
I know.
And the
Yeah.
other thing was, do you remember the craft services? There was, which is basically there's a guy employed to feed you and have a table with fruit and fruit
Yes.
and drinks and snacks and this, that, and the other. And he was telling me he was on a big film with certain stars, and the craft services table had to be equidistant for these 2 stars who didn't like each other very much.
right.
So the guy went, "I'd have to walk, 20 feet to get the craft services. He only has to walk 10 feet, and they had to move the table in between so these 2 stars didn't have a buck and row about how far they had to walk
Yeah.
to get the.
And then there was a time we were filming a scene at the docks in New York, and it was the scene was that we were standing there at the docks, and then these cops come in and arrest us, and we have to go up. We were all put on the floor, and the cops are standing over us with all, and we're losing the light. It was like something had happened, and it was really freezing. I remember it was absolutely
freezing. It was cold.
All freezing. Right, middle of March out at the docks in New York, and the lights going. And they're doing the last scene where the cops come in and get us, and we're supposed to be on the floor, and the guys are going to get the plastic mats out and and all the the padding and all that stuff, and Charlo, Mr. Charlo, the director, just come down and says, "Sorry guys, you're just gonna have to go for it, So no padding, no, just go for it." And so it was freezing. We were lying on, get the thing done. And the crew just went, "I can't believe you did that." I just couldn't believe we did it.
Actors would have gone, "We'll see you tomorrow then."
Yes, would have been I'm phoning my agent right now. There's no way I'm going on that.
I know.
They were, "I can't believe you did that." To them, it was just, undone.
Yeah.
Unheard of.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, you see, we're proper actors. You see, just get on with it. Just get on with it.
Just have to
Method,
do it.
Tim, wasn't it? Stanislavski, all that,
It's a good episode, that one, the New York episode.
It is actually a good episode.
But we're not allowed to bring it up with Olivia Nash and Ali Ford because they didn't get to go to New York.
That's true, yeah.
Bernadette, thank you very, very much
Thank you so
for being
much.
on the Give My Head podcast. We wish you the very, very best. Congratulations on Say Nothing. Best of luck with the heist film. What's it called?
No Ordinary Heist.
No Ordinary Heist. And L'étranger in Northern Ireland, The Stranger.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that. And we'll have to have a discussion off camera and off mic about the Give My Head Piece Christmas special.
And we'll have to have lunch and cuffs.
Lunch and cuffs, yes.
Yes, get your lunch and cuffs.
I only get lunch and cuffs when I'm on Give My Head Piece, so
Right, well, we'll sort that out.
really like...
Yeah. And you can leave your socks behind.
Yeah, leave your socks behind.
Nikes. They should go with your outfit.
That's it for this episode of the Give My Head podcast. Like, subscribe, and watch all the other episodes. There's about 30, 100. There's loads and loads now. There's loads and loads of them now. Politicians, actors, writers, comedians, all sorts of things. Like and subscribe, and we'll see you soon. Tickets for live show. Yes, just to say that the Give My Head podcast is going live, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, we'll be in front of an audience in the Mandela Hall at Queen's University on Sunday, the 12th of October. Tickets, you can get your tickets now on the link below. See what I did there? The link below. I know nothing about that. I don't know how to work computers or anything like that. There's a man behind the cameras there. He'll sort all that out. So get your tickets now for Give My Head Piece live podcast in the Mandela Hall, Sunday the 12th of October. And Bernadette Brown will be there selling tat. Thank you very much. See you soon.